Well, I'm really proud of how we played. I thought we played excellent defensively, played excellently on defense. And, we knew that covering the ball screen or guarding the ball screen was going to be really important. And I thought we did a great job of that throughout the game. And that's a credit to mostly Grant, Sal, and Matt Grace. I thought we did a really good job there. And our offense moved the ball nicely, no turnovers, but really I think our defense was the key. Looking forward to some time off and our next game.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about what Jacob's able to do, outside of scoring? He didn't, only one field goal, but led the team in plus or minus, 8 assists, 9 assists actually.
Yeah, 9 assists, no turnovers, 4 steals. I mean, he can have such an impact on the game at all times. It's just his energy and his command of what we're trying to do at both ends is so important and critical and helpful to us. Usually he does score at a really high rate, but he can have an impact on the game in any way, and always does. And so I think for him not to have scored is really no big deal, because he'll have a lot more great scoring nights. But he was really played a nice floor game tonight.
So on the flip, you guys outscored them, 50-34 in the paint. Did you feel like with the matchups going in that was going to be the game plan?
Well, we really wanted to throw the ball inside to Grant, wanted to throw the ball inside to Nate and Nick, and Sal and Matt. We did. Most importantly, just trying to get G established. I thought G played incredibly well last game at VCU, and the game before that at Dayton, I thought he was good. So I think he's really playing well, and we wanted to throw the ball inside. They're a little bit younger, and G's been through a lot of these battles and was able to really find good post position and great finishes.
Grant talked about a win is a win, but how important was it how you guys were able to win tonight?
Well, yeah, that's a great point. I thought, this is the kind of game where we led by a little and then extended the lead for most of the game, and that's great. I think mostly because we defended so well that we really prevented any runs for them. They're an outstanding three-point shooting team, especially those two guys, Battle and Jack, and we really limited their open three-point looks. I thought put good pressure on the ball, guarded the ball screen well. So yeah, I think to win in that fashion, I think was impressive and really good for us.
So Coach, kind of banking off of that, you only showed for a minute 29 seconds. How important was that to not have that pressure to have to battle back or have to play from behind?
Yeah, well, it's always good to be ahead, and like I said, we were very much ahead throughout the game, and we passed the ball well. We only had 4 turnovers. That's a great statistic. We were able to move the ball and do what we wanted to do, which was really establish Grant inside, throw the ball in there, make sure that he had his touches, he could make his reads. The one time they did double him, I think he threw the ball to Nate for a dunk. So I think those things are all really, really important, and feels good to have won the game in a pretty convincing fashion.
Hey Chris, we are in February. Is there a target date in your mind for Blake's return?
Well, I would say, John, we're going to. He's progressing well, and we're hopeful that this week when he gets out there, we can see some progress. So we don't have anything official or a date, but we're hoping that it's sooner rather than later. And I know he's working really hard to get out there.
At Fordham would be a possibility that it's out?
I think it might be a possibility.
How big is that week off? You don't have a midweek game for him to kind of.
For sure. Yeah. The week off. Everybody. You have your really difficult parts of the season, and then the bye weeks are something that we always talk about as soon as we get the schedule as a staff. Just how we can rejuvenate, refocus, give the guys some rest. Because what happens is you're always in the routine of scouting and scouting in your meetings, and then going out on the court scouting. And so to be able to work on yourselves, to work on everybody's shooting and post moves, and get these guys some rest, I think is really important. We're going to try to maximize that.
You've gone through the conference schedule at least once, halfway point for your schedule.
Yeah.
How do you feel about where you guys are right now?
Well, I feel good. I feel like, I think with to have played these games without Blake was a challenge. I think overall we did pretty well. As I said, Dayton and VCU were going to be really hard games for us, and they were, and we weren't quite good enough. But hopefully we can build on this at some point, get Blake back, and really establish ourselves as a really good team, because I think we have some really good pieces.
Hey, on Blake, one last one, if I might. This is a little earlier than the timetable. Did he recuperate better? Was it maybe not as severe as you had thought originally?
Well, I don't know necessarily. I'm not saying he's gonna be back. I'm just saying this week he's gonna be able to kind of go out there and work out to see if he feels right. So, I have no idea. I have no idea to any part of the question.
Anything else for Coach?
Is that a quote? I have no idea.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Have a
everyone.
good night.